What's going on, lads? We'll be talking about the new OBJECT-292. It's going to be the first part of the new event system. It has the same armor as the TADB, but it is 2 kilometers per hour slower than it. But it does get the upgunned 152mm LP83 cannon. It has a 10-second reload rate, but it does have crazy penetration, 695, almost 700 millimeters of penetration. Which means it can pen the cheeks of something like the Abrams. I'm not sure about the Leopard 2s and 2A5s, 2A6 and PSOs and stuff, but it won't be facing that because it is a 10.0 vehicle, which is pretty crazy. So I feel like it's basically gonna be a side grade to the TADB because all it gets is really the LP83 cannon. And it loses all of its ERA. It's been completely stripped. It does get a new turret, so that's pretty cool. It has actually blowout panels, but you mostly won't be carrying anything in those because you still have the ammo bustle here, which is going to be really easy to hit, it seems, because it's massive now considering it's 152mm shells. And so yeah, the armor is basically the same as the TADB, but you don't get any air race. You will get killed by ATGMs and heat FS a lot more than usually. Any penetration from APF SDS will most likely hit your ammo because it's huge. Also, fun fact, this is the only tank with the actual commander is actually holding the sight. No other tank has this. So I will go into test drive and show you some of the features. So the OBJECT-292, it's an upgunned TADB with no ERA. It does not have thermals, but it does get a laser rangefinder. It has the 152mm cannon like we talked about earlier. But it can penetrate, get rid of an Abrams, which is pretty crazy for a 10.0 tank to do. Since it is 10.0, it can face stuff like 9.0 Leo A1A1s, like right here, which is pretty fucking crazy considering you get low pen by it and there's nothing you can do basically. So what else? The mobility is 68 top speed, minus 11 in reverse, which is slower than a TADB and most other T80s. As you can see, it's not very fast like the other T80s. It's also 2 kilometers slower than all of the other ones. It carries 16 rounds in its carousel compared to the T80's 28. And yeah, it basically low pens everything. Like that was a really bad shot and it still penetrated because I have 700 millimeters of penetration. But it also has this high explosive shell, which is also going to be crazy. It's basically 152mm OF42, I believe it's called. It's going to be overpressing anything it faces. I will try and snipe the Abrams with a high explosive right here. 1 second. So it does get a laser rangefinder. Its mobility is mediocre, as you can see. I will actually show you the reverse speed right here. This is your reverse speed, so don't get into bad positions. You won't be able to back out of them. Your gun will be a massive target, and your gun breach too. Look at that. You will be catching shells in that a lot if they don't shoot your hull first, which is also not very strong without the CRA. But let me get to the Abrams here, right here, and I will show you the high explosive shell. So you don't get any smoke canisters, you get ESS. You do get a trowel. Well, you're not going to be using that a lot. I've almost never seen someone use those. You do get an RT, which is pretty nice, but almost every tank has those. Okay, that was a really poor shot, my bad. But let me get rid of the CSS by turning off my engine. That's a quick tip for you. If you turn on ESS, turn off your engine and you will get rid of it. So, can it over... Well, alright, I'm sure you're gonna test it on the Leo then, since I'm not gonna be able to see the Abrams. But you can overpress the tanks, as you can see. That's a pretty funny overpressure right there. It's a huge high explosive shell. It has 45 kilos of projectile mass and 8 kilograms of TNT. So I'd recommend bringing some of that, because it will be funny just sniping the roofs of most MBTs. That's basically it about the tank. Mediocre mobility, but you do get a great gun. Yeah, that's pretty funny. So let's go back to the hangar and talk a bit more about the tank. So should you grind the OBJECT-292? I believe so. It's a very good tank at 10.0, but it will most likely be pushed up to 10.7, 10 point or 10.3. It has a huge breach, which is going to be a real big issue, because most people go for TAD breaches anyways, because its armor is so trolly, volumetric and stuff, because of its CRA, but they probably won't have that issue here, because all you have is this sloped, let me just check real quick, you only have this composite sloped armor. So most APF SDS will go through you. Let me check protection analysis real quick. We will go to Germany. This 10.0 tanks, so you will be facing stuff like the, for example, TAM2. It will have, where is the DM33? Oh, DM63 as well. Didn't know. But you will most likely be facing tanks with DM33, which is where they're gonna struggle with your armor. Tanks with DM53 and 63 are most likely gonna go through, but tanks like the Leo 2s are still gonna struggle. You still have the massive weak spot of your, well, driver side, and like you saw, if it penetrates there, it will most likely hit your ammo back here, since that's where the propellant charges are stored. And that's pretty much it. You should probably grind this tank. It's probably gonna be a little goofy meme machine you can use even at top tier. But it does have a very slow reload rate at 10 seconds. So you will get out reloaded by anything if you miss your first shot, or God forbid you don't kill them. But I don't think that's going to be a problem, because you're mostly going to be killing stuff in one shot because of its insane sprawl. And that's pretty much it. That's everything you should know about the tank. And I will see you in the next one.